is it going? My name's Bug. I'm in a band called Bug Hunter. I haven't streamed. I missed the last two. I'm sorry about that. I've had good reasons for them, but I'm back today. How's everybody doing? I'm getting over a small cold, which I timed perfectly for the 10 days between two different vacations and then the upcoming tour. So I'm pretty happy with myself because I get sick every summer, and I was like, something's going to get ruined. It's either going to be one of my trips or a series of shows in the summer, and I nailed it perfectly. So very happy to be recovering. It was a very small cold, but one of those colds that didn't really affect my day-to-day, but would have affected singing. I wouldn't have been able to play shows with this cold, so glad to get it over with. Rad. Who's here? Who we got? Who's hanging out? Go ahead and let me know what song you want me to play first, because that's what I do here on my streams. I play music and I chit chat about things. So let me know what you want to hear in the comments, and we will see. I see AC Spacey is here. Lafayette is here, or maybe it's Lafayette. I don't know. Could be anything. Time of Some is here. Shroom here. McAfee here. Alex Smith, Caden, Max Noble, Pixelian Warrior, Housecoat Hero, Knacker, Advisory Tick, Elliot, aka Jinx, KW Boy. Got a whole crew here. Nerdbird, Knacker, Pocket Moose, Coin is here. Silver Raven with the cool name. Yeah, Kim Mischief. That is also a cool name. Glided Kid. We got Jing here. Yeah, what a cool group of folks. All right, what do you want to hear? What do you want me to play first? I found a whole capo, and I was cleaning out my my closet. I got a new shipment of vinyls in. I had about 3 Happiness Without a Catch vinyls left, and now I have way more than that. But so anyways, I got a new shipment of vinyls, and so I was making room for them in my closet, and I had to move some of my guitar cases down to the garage, and I found a whole capo in one of the guitar cases. I was like, that's great, because I was down to 1, and I'm always losing these. So what are y'all asking for? I see some Magic 8. I see some 2 Bed 2 Bath. Yeah, I haven't played that in a while. Not Like That. I think I played that at my last one. Hoomst, Baby Teeth, Sweet Nothing, Coward, Robbing a Bank, $ Sax, Safe Word, No One Can Agree. Y'all need to come together. Baby Teeth. I feel like I just played Baby Teeth. I can't tell if it's the same person saying Coward multiple times or if it's multiple people saying Coward. That's 1, 2. I think it's still just 2. I don't remember how to play Coward. All right. What capo was it in? Okay. My honey thinks I'm a coward. My darling thinks I'm a dud. Yeah, okay. This song is the origin of how my band got its name. My honey thinks I'm a coward. My darling thinks I'm a dud. My sweetheart swears I'm a bit too meek. My lover doubts I'm a fighter. My sugar is sure I am neither. My baby don't sprinkle but thinks I'm weak. So you say to me, why can't you be more like Bug Hunter, fighting petty thieves behind the Wendy's, thwarting robberies, defending all the cowards too afraid to be Bug Hunter, a vigilante and a fighter, pulling grannies out of fires. Though his spandex is too tight, we love Bug Hunter. You can run, you can hide, can you change my mind? My honey thinks I'm a coward, that I have no superpowers, that I'm just the average sloppy Joe. But you say no, I'll give you some credit. You do seem athletic. When you run, jump, leap from the scene and exit, you might be prophetic, at least telepathetic. So I'm thinking of a hero, no need to guess it might sting, but let it I be yours if you be a bit more like Bug Hunter. When the skateboard park collapsed, guess who dressed up in his mask with 20 crannies on his back? That's right, Bug Hunter. Whereas you were not around, you disappeared when it went down. I found your clothes thrown on the ground. Why were you naked? Forget it. You can run, you can hide, can you change a mind made up? You can run, you can hide, can you change my mind's made up? But do you wonder why there's so much spandex in my laundry? When you wash it, please stop putting it in the dryer. And when I missed your birthday, did you catch the news that night? 'Cause if you'd watched it, you'd know the lack of grannies dying on your birthday. And do you ever wonder why the honeybee kidnaps you every weekend? Forcing me, I mean Bug Hunter, to come save you. And you never say thank you or see us in the same room. My honey thinks I'm a coward, eyes closed and all set to judge. I can run, I can hide, I can't change, your mind's made up. So go ahead and call me a coward. The truth hurts, a lie never does. I'd rather fight crime than your mind when your mind's made up. Thanks, everybody. It's a good song. I really like that one. It's just a good time. I don't play it on tour much. I feel like I play quite a bit of Happiness. At least I did on the West Coast. Like 5 or 6 songs from it. And when you stack up like Two Bed, Two Bath and a Ghost and A Bedtime Story and Shocking Plot Twist and Not Like That, then I'm like going down the list and I'm like, man, I don't want my whole show to be Happiness songs, but Coward is a really fun one. I played it at a VIP event, I think, in Salt Lake. So, yeah. Appreciate y'all. I do play it when I've done 2 full Happiness playthroughs. Once in Seattle at the full discography playthrough that I did in January, where I played all 4 albums over 2 nights, which is super, super fun. I was so glad I did that because I was like, man, this is going to be a lot of Bug Hunter for people. But a lot of people came and I had a really good time, and it was super, super fun to not only put on a show one night, then come back to the same room the second night for the, basically the same group of people, and like everyone's like already warmed up, and then play another 2 albums. It was really fun. I would love to do that more, but I did a smaller version of that where I played all of Happiness in Richmond, and then a second set after that of just like 8 or 9 songs from just the other 3 albums. So it's kind of like an abbreviated version of that kind of same thing, and that was really fun, and I think I would like to do more of that in the future. I think it might be fun to do that format if I wasn't touring with the Narcissus Cookbook, because when I tour with Matt, we both have a set, and so I don't have time to play 2 sets like that. But unfortunately, for anybody who wants to hear the whole album, I am touring with the Narcissus Cookbook this year. We have another 20 dates in the U.S. to go. If you look over here to this little thing, that's all our dates, and they're coming up very rapidly. We're going to be on tour again in less than a month, and I'm very excited. We're starting off in D.C., so right about here. Yeah, that's about where we start. We've already done all of these, but we have another 20 shows to go in the U.S., from D.C. to up to Boston. Anyone who's coming to New York knows that the venue just changed. I got a call. I went to Montana last weekend, and I was in the airport, and the guy from New York was like, can you give me a call when you have a chance? And I was like, that's never a good sign. There's not really a huge reason to talk to the venues in between booking the show and doing the show. There's not like, we don't have to like check in every week to like talk about things. It's like, yeah, I'll see you when I get there. So I was like, this isn't going to be good. So I called and they were like, so we're shutting down the venue for the next 6 months to renovate it. I was like, cool. That doesn't seem like a decision you should make when you have shows. That should be a decision you make like, oh, we have shows through October. and we're not going to take any more, and then we'll renovate. But no, they were just like, we're shutting down. But they booked us a new venue, very close by, and so everything's fine. All tickets honored. So excited for that. Yeah. Anyways, that's the only weird announcement. Everything else is still tracking along. So we're gonna be in Florida. We're gonna be in Texas. We're gonna be in Tennessee. We're going all over. So check out tickets on bughunterbug.com. Rebecca Zipper is going to be at the show in New York City. Very cool. Alex joined the Bug world just after the Seattle show. I'm sorry about that. But Seattle is like Seattle's hometown, so we always play in Seattle. Candyman says, all things considered, that sounds like a fairly good ending to that venue debacle. It actually, ends up, we got to another 50 people in the capacity for the venue because it's a slightly larger venue. So it was going to probably sell out because just the way it's tracking, it was probably going to sell out at where it was, and we got another 50 tickets. So hopefully nobody should miss the show because of a sellout. The people who should be concerned are if you live in Wisconsin. Madison is probably going to sell out here pretty soon. And Indianapolis could sell out. Madison could sell out. New York still might sell out even with the increased cap. Everything else, we did a really good job of getting the venues right. Dallas could sell out, I suppose. But yeah, I think those are the ones in danger of actually selling out. So let's do a little cozy Q&A. So I see a lot of kind of new names, new faces in the chat today. And so if you have any questions for me, Bug from Bug Hunter, I would be happy to answer anything you want to know. In the meantime, I will tell you kind of the things going on in my world right now. It's been a very busy summer. I can't believe it's almost the end of July. We are hitting the road again in about 4 weeks, and I'm very excited for that. We're scrambling to get Jam Mechanics Season 2 finished before we go on tour, because we're going to be gone for a month, and I don't think we're going to be able to do it, so we might have to do a road episode in order to do that. But we've gotten a couple of Jam Mechanics episodes done, which, if you don't know, that's the podcast that Matt and I do together, where we write. We get challenged to write songs. We go away for 3 hours. We come back and show off what we made in 3 hours. It's very fun. If you want to hear another 15 Bug Hunter demos, you can do that now. They're on anywhere you listen to podcasts. It's called Jam Mechanics. So we have another 2 episodes that we've recorded that I need to edit today. So Elliot, aka Jinx, wants to know how much are the tickets. Great question. All of the shows, or most of the shows, the tickets are going to be $30 plus whatever ticket fees that the venues put on. We did our best to not do that. We had about 9 shows that we were able to sell ourselves in order to keep them from adding fees on top of things. But the other 21 shows were non-negotiable. It was either they sell tickets and do fees, or the show doesn't happen. So if you're buying in like Dallas or Oklahoma City, or what else we got? Minnesota, Kansas City, those are all feeless. So it's $30 for tickets. Everywhere else is going to be somewhere between like $34 and like $36 probably. Slinky Worm said, why'd Orlando got to be 18 plus? It's their rules. But the good news is that it's only 18 plus. You're okay to come in with a guardian. So you can come to the show. You just have to come with a guardian. And that's the best we could do for Orlando. If Jacksonville is closer, I believe that one's all ages. So. What breed of dogs do you like? Thanks, Rodfather. I like all dogs. All dogs are very good. I like big dogs. I don't like small dogs. My family had a Maltipoo for a very long time, named Oliver. He was my bud. So that's one of my faves. But yeah, I love all dogs. I don't have a preference. I'll someday get a dog, and I don't know what kind of dog. But we'll see. Pocket Moose wants to know, do you have the guests planned for the entire rest of the Jam Mechanics season? No, we kind of go by the seat of our pants with Jam Mechanics. Yes, we've done another 2, and we got 2 great guests for those, and we have 3 more to go, and we have a small list, but we haven't locked them down yet. So, yeah. Bubbles the Blue Fox says, you can't hear because you're in church, but you want to tell me that yesterday was your birthday and you're going to watch the replay. Happy birthday, Bubbles the Blue Fox. Appreciate that. Everything is Science wants to know, when was the last time you did an international tour? What countries did you do in that tour? Great question. Last year, we played in the UK, we played in Ireland, and we played in Germany. And this week, I will have news that is going to sound very similar to that. We've been working really hard behind the scenes to come back to that side of the world. And our plan was to expand a little bit and do a couple more countries. But the honest answer is that we could not find venues. I emailed every possible venue. I followed up with every possible venue, and a lot of venues in other countries, they don't want to take risks, and they don't want, they're like, I don't know what you guys are, and so we've had a lot of like, no, thank you. And so what can you do? We're sure that we'll bring people, but it's up to venues to figure it out. So we are going to be coming back to the UK. We are more than likely coming back to Dublin. I'm just waiting for somebody to get back to me. And then we do have 2 Germany shows this time at opposite ends of the country. So hopefully people in Berlin and people in Frankfurt will be excited to hear about that. Jack wants to know if there's any sightseeing plans while I'm on tour. Highly recommend swinging by Great Falls on your way up to DC. We don't do a ton of sightseeing in the US, and in Europe. I'm actually gonna be in Europe for about 2 weeks prior to the tour on a trip with my wife. So we'll be doing all the sightseeing on that portion of it. But touring isn't great for sightseeing because we have all the gear and we can't leave it anywhere, either for reasons of theft or reasons of car getting too hot for instruments. So we generally have to stay by the car at all times, which is normally not a problem because all we do is drive, park, load in, play, leave, sleep, drive, park. And on days off, sometimes we can venture out, but we're also very tired. Carlos Martin Spivey, or Spivey, asks, what kind of guitar do you play and what kind of picks? Great question. I have a Taylor guitar. It looks like this. The usual. It's a Taylor. I think it's a 314 CE, and I like it a lot. And then the picks that I use, I have all these custom picks. I have several different Bug Hunter picks that I order in mass quantity. So the main ones that I use are the slingshot ones that I got when I did BTM, and then I also have the you can't see it very well, but this is the logo, the happiness without a catch at the bottom of the screen. It's this graphic right here on the picks. These were just for Kickstarter backers who backed the Happiness Kickstarter, and so they're not available, but I have a whole bunch of them that I play with. And then I have, I think I have some pink ones that were there were Kickstarter ones from the BTM Kickstarter that have like a little planet on them. It's like the Pebbles planet. And then I think I had one more. I think it was just like, just like the normal bug ones. So this is just the Catterbug logo. So it's just like my little 3 circles and antenna guy. So I have several different picks. I don't remember what actual brand they are because they aren't branded, and I don't remember. So, and then I do have, I don't have them handy, but I have some like collectible picks that I don't use when I play. Actually, they're right here. These are actually the ones I sell. The other ones I don't sell. They're more for people finding them at shows, but these ones I sell. I got one from the Platonic Best Friend album art and the Shocking Plot Twist album art with the little rocket So I actually do sell these on my website because they're thicker than the ones I play with. They're more like collectible guitar picks that I wanted to get, just kind of as an alternative to stickers. Some people like stickers, some people like enamel pins, and some people like guitar picks. And so I wanted to have some to sell that weren't my personal ones that I use. So, anyways, yeah. The Rodfather wants to know, what was your favorite show you've played recently? Definitely the Denver show that we played on this last tour on June 11th. It was awesome. That was our all the shows that we played so far. We played 10 shows this year so far, and they were all amazing. If they were all 9s and 10s, Denver was an 11. So, yeah. It was a really good time on a really cool stage with a really cool crowd, and I had a blast. Yeah, it was the first show I played with one of those those like the barriers that they have at the front of the stage where like if people can't cross if they're like moshing or whatever, which obviously isn't a problem at a bug hunter show, but it just gave it like this sense of like bigness of like, oh, this is like a big show because like we have like the barriers so people don't like climb up on stage. And I've played a lot of shows where it's like I'm on the people on the other side of the mic stand, right? That's not usual. Normally our shows are a little bit more intimate. So yeah. Nerdbird says, do you have a dream guitar? No, I don't. Ooh, but I will show you guys this. If you guys are cool for me to get up for a second, and then I'll come back in 4 seconds. But let me go away for 5 seconds. Let me show you this cool thing. Okay, I'm back. It's not a guitar, but I was gifted this in Seattle, and this is so cool. It is a guitar strap that has it's like a leather guitar strap that has the Catterbugs on it. And so I'm gonna try to use this on this next tour. I gotta pound the one of this guy down a little bit because it's a little too thick right now to fit over my the knob on my guitar. But once I loosen it up or cut it a little bit more, it should fit. And so yeah, I'm really excited about that. But yeah, I don't have a dream guitar because I don't really like playing instruments. I just do it because I have to. I'm not a big like musician. I'm a songwriter, and so yeah, I have one guitar and I have a backup guitar, and that's it. I don't like collect instruments. So that I just looked around my office and there's 4 guitars hanging on the wall, but they're all different. And they were bought for different purposes. One is a bass guitar. One is an electric guitar that I bought off of Craigslist when I was making Torn Between a Couple, that I brought home and then made the song It's Alright, because I was like, I'm going to have an electric guitar and have this new sound. And then I have a little traveler guitar that I got that is like it's basically the width from here to here. So it's smaller, and I can just take it with me. It's easy to like throw in a van or something and have access to. It has a little headphone jack, so you can like play guitar into your headphones, and just like if you wanted to like mess around. So yeah, but like I rarely use those 3. They were bought for specific purposes over the last like 10 years, and but yeah, I don't have a bunch of like different guitars. Gaelic Storm Fan says, opinion on the Utah show. The Utah show was great. We had an awesome time in Utah. Salt Lake City was amazing. If you were there, you know. We love coming to Salt Lake. You all showed up really, really well for that show and had a great time. So, what's my jam? I don't know. What is my jam? I haven't listened to a lot of music recently. I'm trying to think if I've listened to any music in the last little bit. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I used to listen to music a lot, and I don't listen to music as much anymore now that I make music. Mostly when I'm going to listen to music, it has to be my own, and not like my released music. It's like jam mechanic songs or songs that I'm working on, because I need time to like let them sit in my brain. So my favorite podcast at the moment, it's called Jam Mechanics. No, I do love Jam Mechanics though. I am a listener. I have been listening recently to the Adventure Zone Dracula arc. That's been really good. I listened to Balance. If anyone listens to the Adventure Zone, I listened to Balance twice all the way through over the years, and never listened to any of the other arcs. I started Amnesty and then got busy with an album and so stopped. I started Ether Sea, and then I got busy with an album and stopped. Because basically, if I'm working on an album, like my ears have to be dedicated to listening to the mixes whenever I'm in a car or doing housework around the house and have headphones on. So podcasts disappear from my life when I'm working on an album, and that's kind of what happened. But luckily, I found Versus Dracula, and I got really into it. The first episode was like just cracked me up. Have I read the graphic novels? Yeah, I think I have the first 4, and I've been meaning to get the whichever ones are after that have been out. So so I've been listening to that, and I caught up, and I didn't mean to. I thought I had plenty of episodes ahead of me. I started when there was like 3 episodes, and I was like, oh, I'll never catch up by the time like they finish, and then I caught up, and so I think I'm still missing 1 episode, so no spoilers. Balance is so good. I've listened to Balance twice by myself, and then I got all the way through Pedal to the Metal with my dad when we were touring in 2022, and he loved it too. But then when we started touring with Matt, it just like in the car, it became like, well, we didn't want to start this podcast halfway through, and we didn't want to start it over. And Matt isn't super into the McElroy content anyway, and there's other things to do in the car when there's more people in the car, so we stopped listening to it. But I would love to finish that listen through with my dad, because we're having a great time. Okay, all right. So they've already got the Suffering game out. Yeah, I need to catch up. And I still listen to Mabim Bam weekly. So. Do I like any horror podcasts? No. I think I'm pretty much exclusively in like the McElroy sphere. I do listen to a bit of the Shut Up and Sit Down podcast because I love their YouTube channel reviewing board games. I'm on a board game kick this week. I've gotten a few board games this week that I've been playing and having a lot of fun with. I've been playing Heat, Pedal to the Metal, which is a great racing game. I got this game called Hostage Negotiator because I really love solo games, and I played through that, and I thought that was a really, really creative campaign game that I liked a lot, that I would love to play through again. And then me and my buddy were playing Arcs, which, if you haven't heard of Arcs, it's like the newest, biggest, coolest game that everybody's talking about, and I played it for the first time yesterday, and it was fun. It's like Root or Oath, which I never played. I played Root, and I didn't love Root, but I've only played like 2-player against an AI opponent, so maybe I need to give it a chance with like a group. But I don't have a group of people to play board games with in Richmond, so if anybody likes board games in Richmond, reach out to me because I'd love to play. And then obviously I was still playing Arkham Horror because I love Arkham Horror. And then I just started working on designing a new board game last night, which I shouldn't do because I have so much to do like this week, in the next 2 weeks. But it's I'm working on a new board game idea, a very small one, and it seems like it'd be really fun. So stay tuned about that. I have 2 other games that I've made. One is called Rock Paper Scissors Chess. And it's like a kind of a chess stratego kind of genre game that is kind of built around the rules of rock paper scissors. And then Nerdbird says we've lost 20 people. Might want to play another song. I don't care if people leave. It's fine. And then another game called Bug Out, which is like a cooperative disaster survival game, which is a lot of fun. But yeah, I'll play another song, not because you told me to, because I was going to anyway after I finished talking about board games. So Yeah, I haven't played this one in a long time. I normally play this on my ukulele, but with my new setup where I'm physically plugged in with my guitar. I used to have just a one mic setup where whatever instrument I was playing was fine, but now I'm plugged in, so I'm just gonna play. I'm just gonna play this on my guitar, and we'll all live. This is a song I wrote for my wife. How I'm lucky. Well, I have a theory, dear, so let me put it past. I have to check it's valid, though I know you didn't ask. You don't like to kiss me, no, you don't like to kiss, 'cause my beard is way too itchy and it scratches up your lips. But I can't shave it off, I'm too self-conscious of the fact I have a scar above my lip that my beard and mustache mask. And I have a scar above my lip 'cause I once smashed up on a curb. Flew over both my handlebars and straight into the dirt. And I didn't have a helmet on, 'cause that was way back when I was too damn cool for safety rules or simple common sense. So if I now remember right by the transitive rule, darling, you don't like to kiss me 'cause I'm too damn cool. With tired eyes she stared at me. It's 3 a.m. she said, Bug, be glad I love you. You're a goober, go to bed. You love my quirks, the dopey way I flirt. You're even kind and warm when I am getting on your nerves. You love my quirks, I'm certain you deserve a handsome hunk, but now you're stuck with this annoying nerd. And you put up with more than most with mine. The time it takes to rise and shine. I'm hitting snooze at 6:05, 6:15 and 6 more times. You don't mind the way I weigh my food. My morning routine, which includes scrambling to find my keys, 'cause I can't leave them out in view. Even though you bought that bowl, put it right beside the door, and all I have to do is set them there as soon as I get home. Instead I'm flipping up the couch and, oi, there they are, I found them. Have a great day, and oh, have you seen my wallet? You love my quirks, the dopey way I flirt. You're even kind and warm when I am getting on your nerves. You love my quirks, I'm certain you deserve a macho man, but all I am is a silly introvert. And I keep you up past midnight, crazy thoughts inside my head. Bug, be glad I love you. You're a goober, go to bed. And she goes to my t-shirt when I take off my sweatshirt to make sure it stays down. Now that's what I call teamwork. I keep us on time. She makes all our friends and makes sure that my fly is zipped up on my pants. If Snapchat is to flirt and Tinder to find love, we're back here snapping Polaroids just to shake things up. You love my quirks, the dopey way I flirt. You're even kind and warm when I am getting on your nerves. You love my quirks, I'm certain you deserve a sexy stud instead of what you've chosen. 'Cause I'm sure that all the girls who hear the song and smirk and feel pity 'cause I sound like I'm more trouble than I'm worth are probably right. Thank you. I'm realizing that I'm still have a little bit of a cold that I thought I was over, but when I started singing, I'm like, I still kind of got a little bit. So, apologies for sounding a little nasally today. I'm doing my best over here. Cool. What time is it? Oh man, time flies when you're having fun. See you, Nerdbird. Have a good day. Hope you enjoyed that one more song. Natai Schnior asks, "What do you do for a living? Gigs and YouTube?" I would never say that I do YouTube for a living. It would feel weird. I don't think people think of me as a YouTuber because I don't make nearly enough content. Maybe I'll post like a music video on here every like 8 months, but Yeah, so YouTube's a pretty small amount of my income. I get something for like people listening and watching my videos, but Spotify is the kind of main streaming income source. That's where most of my streams come from because their algorithms push me to people. So it's like I get more listens to Disco in the Panic Room in a single day on Spotify than I do all of my music on Apple Music in a month. So they're a pretty small part. Mostly Spotify, but you get enough of those things. Like if you get Apple Music and you get YouTube and you add them up, you know, it's enough. And then if streaming is 30 to 40% of how I make a living, the other 60 to 70 is touring. And playing shows. I do about 40 shows a year between the US and Europe. And we sell merch, and I sell things on my website, so people can buy vinyls on our website. We have all the vinyls back in stock, so I get support by people doing that. I sell CDs, I sell vinyls, I sell shirts, I sell posters, enamel pins. We got some new enamel pins for the tour that I'm really excited about, and a new shirt. So if you came to one of the West Coast shows and you got the Bug Hunter shirt, which again was it was kind of this logo with the written Bug Hunter on it, on like a navy shirt. We have a new shirt for the East Coast and Midwest tours that I'm really excited about. We're going to have the tour shirt again with Matt, and Matt will have the same This Is How We Get Better shirt. Then I have a new enamel pin, and oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Luke. Would you ever post these shows on your channel like you did with old ones? These shows, meaning like these streams, or because these stay on for a while, and then every once in a while I'll go back and like get rid of old ones because it's just a lot of clutter. But unless you mean a different type of show. But if you mean these shows, then yeah, I try and keep them on my YouTube channel. Like the tour. So we don't. I have audio recordings of a lot of shows. I'd say we capture about 70 to 80% of our shows. The only times we don't capture a show is when there was an audio glitch. So we tried to, and the audio recording failed for some reason or another, which just happens. And then the other times is sometimes we forget, like in Denver, when we set everything up and then I forgot to hit go because I set it up about 2.5 hours before the show, and I was like, I'll hit this later. And then I was on stage about 4 songs in, and I looked down and I was like, that thing's not recording, which is fine. So yeah, we have audio versions. And the London show last year, we got video recorded, and I've been meaning to post the videos from that. I did a couple shorts on YouTube because I was pretending like I knew what I was doing with social media, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll post some shorts of these clips, and then I just got bored of it. There's no other explanation besides I just like kind of forgot and went on and did other things. So I'll try to do better about posting those videos. I just have a very long to-do list. Kim wants to know how do we get the new shirt if we aren't going to the East Coast shows. I will, if we have leftovers after the tour, I will put any leftovers up on the website. And then yeah. If they sell really, really well, I might order more. But if they sell just normal, I'll just sell the leftovers and move on. Because I got too many ideas. Oh yeah, we got some new sticker designs for the East Coast as well. Got like three new stickers. One is a disc golf sticker, so the album artwork for disc golf, kind of the little disc golf basket, and we're gonna have that as a sticker. We are gonna have a 30 plan, Hot Toast Time Machine sticker, and then we're gonna have a secret third sticker that is from a song on Happiness Without a Catch that I haven't revealed yet, but it's a very good sticker. Kim wants to know, is there really gonna be a bedtime story shirt? Yeah, maybe. You never know. You're gonna have to check it out when we go on tour. I I should make hats with my characters. We do have hats for sale on our website. They're beanies and baseball caps that have just like the basic Bug Hunter logo on them. But they don't sell well enough for me to have multiple types. So, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm excited for that. Cool. I should do a limited edition Beanie Season beanies. Yeah, that's a good idea. Bear B&B. It's getting a little closer. What else is going on in my world? I think that's kind of it. I'm gonna be gone. Next week. I might be able to do a stream on Wednesday. We're recording an episode of Jam Mechanics that day, so it'll depend on how late that goes. If it ends earlier in the day, I should be able to come on. But if it butts up right against the stream, I may just be tired. But then I'm going to be gone for a little bit. I'm going to the Oregon coast for a trip, and then down to San Diego because my wife has a little conference that she's going to, and I wanted to go with her because I have some friends in San Diego. So, Lemonique asks, "Is the fanfiction song a reference to the rest of the album?" That's a great question. If you haven't listened to Happiness Without a Catch in order yet, which we actually have on our YouTube channel, it's like the full all 11 songs in a row in one video. Close your ears for a second if you haven't listened to it, because of spoilers. Yeah, fanfiction is kind of the culmination of the entire album, and kind of laying out what the rest of that album is and what it means, and gives you all the clues you need to kind of piece together what all the other songs were about. So, yes. And there's obviously a very clear reference in it to Robbin' a Bank, because I consider Robbin' a Bank and fanfiction to be the same song. In an alternate universe, I maybe could have just released one song that is like 7 minutes long, but in my head, I was like, I think both of these songs stand alone without needing each other. Because the story about Robbin' a Bank and fanfiction, I think, can stand on its own without having a song called Robbin' a Bank and understanding like that's what I'm referring to in that song. And then Robbin' a Bank obviously is just kind of a bop that if you don't think about what the lyrics are saying, it's just fun. So yeah. But then also, you know, fanfiction is kind of the climax of the album, of Act 3. So, LaDip asks, "Is there any particular reason that Pebbles is the 7th song on the album Bigger Than Myself and has the title drop, whereas the other 3 albums as the album name is said in the first song?" Which is true. In Torn Between a Couple, I say that in Making Up Words. Dear McCracken, Rough Draft, and then Happiness Without a Catch, I say that in Not Like That, which is the first track on the album. And then Pebbles is I say Bigger Than Myself on the 7th track, and it's not intentional. It's more that the other 3 albums, and I think the way I've explained it in the past has been kind of like the other 3 albums kind of start with a thesis statement a bit, where the Rough Draft is an album all about, you know, I lay out Dear McCracken as I'm watching this lady kind of leave things unsaid, and being too nervous to kind of put out her true feelings, and so the rest of the album is me learning from that experience. I think that was kind of my intention with that album, and calling it the Rough Draft was saying, okay, I've had this realization now that like, oh man, it's so heartbreaking when this person kept erasing all of the things that she really wanted to say, all her true feelings. So the rest of this album is going to be me kind of like laying bare the things that I maybe wouldn't have written songs about before in the past. So like Point to Prove, talking about my insecurities, about being kind of a overshadowed younger brother, and Disco in the Panic Room kind of being about my anxiousness around being a performer when I never was up until that point, and Baby Teeth being about kind of my misgivings with religion and my relationship with how my religion has kind of developed across my life. And then, so all the songs are kind of about that, right? And so that's why in the rough draft, it starts on the first song of the album, because I'm setting up, here's what this album is going to be. Torn Between a Couple, kind of a similar thing, where I was at a point in my life where I was working full time, but also going to open mics like 5 nights a week, and trying to live this world between, making a name for myself and getting my voice heard, but also like understanding that it was such a long shot to be able to do that. So kind of opening with that opening statement, and then Happiness Without a Catch, similar thing, Not Like That, kind of setting Not Like That is just saying like, hey, this thing, it's not like that. It's a little bit of foreshadowing that every song on the album is going to be like, hey, how I'm making you kind of think that there's like, this is a certain thing. It's actually not. There's a difference between what I'm kind of saying, and there's going to be some kind of twist that happens, which you see on Too Bad, Too Bad and a Ghost, constantly being like, your house ain't haunted. You're not used to being alone. Oh, the house is haunted. Alchemical Romance, another great example of a song that you think it's one song, and then it's very much not that song. And then Robbing a Bank and Fan Fiction being that other thing, like robbing a bank. Hey, robbing a bank? It's not like that. It's something else. And so thesis statement, Bigger Than Myself, was more of a slower build to a conclusion. And so that's why Pebbles has the title drop there, because Safe Word didn't feel like the right song to put the album title in, and I wanted to build to kind of the big summary, the conclusion, in a later song. So and Kim Mischief says, you said all the songs on Happiness were movie genres. Yeah, all the songs on Happiness were different movie genres. 30 Plan being like a sci-fi time travel movie. I have my horror movie. I have my talking animal Pixar movie and a bedtime story. I have a fantasy movie, Alchemical Romance, and then Coward Superhero, Robbing a Bank, obviously, is a heist movie. So they're all kind of my takes on different movie genres. So Carlos Martin Spivey wants to know, do you guys tour with a bus, van, or plane? Just curious. It is a van. We normally tour in a van. We are not quite big enough for a bus yet. We could probably make a bus work, but we'll save more money by doing it in a van. So at the end of the day, we don't mind. The biggest downside to van versus bus is that van, we have to unload gear at night into wherever we're staying most of the time, whereas a bus, you just lock it up. You just park and lock it up and go to sleep. But Kim Mischief wants to know, can you tell us more about your song spreadsheets? I will, just not now. I have on my list literally this week to make a 10-minute video about how I use my song spreadsheets, and then also if all goes well, I'll be able to make a template of what I use available for people to use themselves. So that's on my list to do. I've been wanting to do that for a long time, and so I'm going to do it. I know it'll only take me half an hour to get together. It's just been finding time to be like, okay, I'm going to sit down and do this and make it good and make sure everything's ready to go. So Limonique wants to know if I would ever tour outside the U.S. Yes, keep your eyes peeled. This week we're going to have tickets up for sale for our UK and Europe shows. We only have a few, probably about 6, somewhere between 6 and 8 shows. 6 for sure. I'm trying to get 8. That's why there's been quite a little bit of a delay getting those tickets up. We have 6 confirmed. We want 2 more. We're looking for 1 in Dublin, and we're looking for 1 in the Netherlands. And 1 came up in the Netherlands, but it would mean we can't play in Dublin, so I'm still trying to figure it out. We do have a show in Belfast, so if Dublin doesn't happen, we will be playing in Belfast. So hopefully that would be a consolation for folks. But anyways, Let me play one more song. What does everybody want to hear? Last song of the day, and then I'm gonna go edit episode 6 of Jam Mechanics. Everybody's all over the place right now. Come on, hive mind it. Everybody say the same song. Dynamite. I wouldn't know how to play Dynamite. I gotta figure that out. Dynamite is from Jam Mechanics if you don't follow our podcast. And it's probably my favorite song that I've written for Jam Mechanics. I love that one so much. Okay, I've seen 3 for it, so let's do this. I don't remember how to play it. It's been too long, but this is why I stream, so I can practice before the tour and not make a huge fool of myself when I forget all the words on stage. We all have that friend, we don't know why, we still invite. So abrasive, kinda racist, always wants to fight. Mine's the worst you'll ever have to meet. Charming, clueless asshole, call him Pete. If normal Pete is Jekyll, then I guess his Mr. Hyde is a dope-ass dude who loves to dance that he tries to keep inside. The sun goes down and we begin to drink. And that's when he turns into Boogie Pete. Get a drinking Pete, he's a dance machine. He can go all night. If he's not yet buzzing, yo, wish he was. He's the kind of guy, when he shows up, the night has just begun. He's always talking shit, never saying sorry. Normal Pete's an asshole, Boogie Pete's a party. When he's sober, he's so selfish, never looking out. But Boogie Pete's the wingman we write folk legends about. He's got no time to waste on trying to score. Cause when the beat drops, Pete stops cold and hits the floor. Get a drinking Pete, he's a dance machine. He can go all night. If he's not yet buzzing, yo, wish he was. He's the kind of guy, when he shows up, the night has just begun. He's always talking shit, never saying sorry. Normal Pete's an asshole, Boogie Pete's a party. And Normal Pete says, dude, I hate babies. And Normal Pete says, have you seen my vape? And Normal Pete says, dude, I can kick your ass in FIFA. But Boogie Pete, when they see him, oh, men wanna be him, and women wanna be him, and babies wanna be him, and orphans wanna be him, Koreans wanna be him, Europeans wanna be him, and even people that don't wanna be him wanna be him. And we're all agreeing, get a drinking Pete, he's a dance machine, he can go all night. If he's not yet buzzing, yo, wish he was. He's the kind of guy, when he shows up, the night has just begun. He's always talking shit, never saying sorry. Normal Pete's an asshole, Boogie Pete's a party. He's always talking shit, never saying sorry. Normal Pete's an asshole, Boogie Pete's a party. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, appreciate you. I'll take a couple more questions, wrap up here, and then I'm gonna go edit some Jam Mechanics. Episode 6 is very good. I'm excited for y'all to hear. both episodes 6 and 7. I'm really happy with my songs. So I'm excited for y'all to hear those. If you haven't listened to Jam Mechanics, you got 15 Bug Hunter demos and 15 episodes to catch up on. It's a very fun time. So. And also, like, we've released full songs from Jam Mechanics. Like, if you haven't heard of it or the artist page for it, there's a song called The Hook that I released a couple of months ago about the devil, and then a song called Dissin', which, if you're listening to me, then you should go listen to it now. And then Artist for Amateurs is another one that I wrote with Matt from the Narcissist Cookbook. That is very fun. Where can we listen to it? Anywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any other place that podcasts are, you can listen to it. What's my least favorite Jam Mechanics song you done? Song, Season Your Beanie, but I knew that there was some really good lyrics on Season Your Beanie, and that's the beauty. I can't tell y'all how, like, happy I was that, like, the vision for Jam Mechanics is like, hey, we're not always trying to get a full song out of these episodes. Sometimes it's just like an idea or a verse or something, and like, this is how I like write songs and recycle things in ways that y'all never see. Like the bridge to Braggin', the part that's like, and I'm diving right in it, I am swimming just to make a big splash, little fish in big pond, little bird in bird bath. Like, I took most of that bridge from the verse of a different song that wasn't very good, and I was like, oh wait, this melody, these words will work in this melody. And so when I did Season Your Beanie, I was like, this song is nothing really, but there's some really good like parts of it. And then I took that and made it the bridge of Dissin', which, sorry for the spoilers if you haven't listened to it yet, but it's very good. Alex Smith said, I popped off when Beanie Season reprised in the full Dissin'. Yeah, that's like exactly what we're trying to get out of Jam Mechanics. If we have a week where we're kind of disappointed in our output, I know that some people will kind of come into the Discord or on social media and they might be like, oh, like, I didn't really care for this one. But like, on our end, we never look at a so-so song as like, oh man, we didn't write a hit song. We're like, we did exactly what we were trying to do. Some days we write a dynamite and it's like, oh yeah, this is great. But it's rare. It's atypical, I think. So yeah, Season Your Beanie, didn't care for that song at all, but I knew that there was a part of it that I was going to find a place for someday. And then when I realized that it was a perfect bridge for Dissin', I was like, this is why we do Jam Mechanics. So was super happy about that. So that was my least favorite from season 1. My least favorite from season 2. I don't know. I've liked everything I've done so far. I think I got a bit of a smaller reaction to First and Second, which was my last week's episode, which I'm fine with. I think it was rough around the edges. I think there's a lot of really good ideas there. I think I needed to make the idea around the ending a little more clearly, because even in the episode, Matt was like, I don't get it, which is like, okay, that's valuable feedback. And normally I would get that feedback privately from like one person in like my sphere, like my dad or my bandmates, and then I would like be like, okay, I'll fix it. And with Jam Mechanics, sometimes you put it out there and then people are just like, yeah, it wasn't super clear. It's like, all right, well, I'll take that feedback back, and it's a little more of a public way of getting that feedback, which I'm not used to, but valuable all the same. So I think there's a really good idea. I think the idea of First and Second is as good as anything that I've written in season 2. But just execution, I just need to smooth it up and just make it a little more obvious or a little more clear or set it up a little bit better. And, maybe someday I'll come back to it. So, yeah. But so from my point of view, if First and Second was my least favorite song of season 2, I'm having a really good season. So I think I really loved Dynamite. Agamemnon is one that I've been coming back to and being like, man, that was actually like, I did a pretty good job with that. I think when I wrote it, I was like, this is something. But as I kind of sat with it, I was like, oh no, this is really good. Same with Francesco. Francesco, I think I underestimated for a very long time. And that was my first song from the first season, like the very first episode, when we were like, I don't even know if this is going to like work. But I recently revisited Francesco and rewrote some bits of it. Nothing too major. If you're a big Francesco stan, I just added a little one little bridge and then changed a couple of the clunky lyrics in the little history lesson in the middle that I thought could do with a little smoothing out and making a little more clear, and some of the rhymes I didn't like very much, so I changed a few of those, but I left all the best parts, all the parts that you liked, they're still there. Cool Nick says that Both is your favorite from season 2. I'm happy about that, because I got we don't Jam Mechanics is never a competition. We're never like, oh, who wrote the better song this week? We never frame any of our discussions around that kind of element of it, because we're not trying to compete for who wrote the better song. But Matt's song Piano Beacher that week kicked my butt as far as just like, oh man, that song is so good. And Both was 2/3 of a song where it didn't have a satisfying conclusion. And so I walked away from that being like, oh man, I feel like maybe people won't like that as much, but it is a really fun idea and I had a lot of fun making it. So cool. Yeah, it seems like everybody has a different answer for season 2 favorite. It seems like Pocket Moose says Crickets and Silence. Cool Nick is saying Both. Somebody said Agamemnon. Somewhere up there. A couple people liked First and Second. Trying to think. Dynamite has probably been a few people's favorites. It's probably my favorite from this season. I think episode 6 and episode 7 are 2 of my stronger songs as well. So I'm really excited. I think if I had to say between my 6th song and my 7th song, 6 is probably a better song. 7 is one of the most different songs I've written for Bug Hunter or Jam Mechanics, that I'm just excited for people to hear, because I took on a subject that I've never even gotten close to. But it's Jam Mechanics. So that's what it's for, right? It's like, that's why we're doing it. So I'm very excited for people to hear both of the next 2 episodes, which we should have episode 6 out a week from tomorrow, so another 8 days, and then see episode 7 another 3 weeks from now. So I love Jam Mechanics, and I love people who listen to Jam Mechanics. It's such a good time. So I really appreciate y'all hanging out. I don't have any links for you. It seems like we don't have any mods here today. So join our Discord. If you can't find it, just reach out to me on like Instagram or any social media besides Twitter. I don't use that anymore. Sorry if you still use Twitter, but I check it like once every 2 weeks just to see if anybody wants the Discord link, but that's about it. I'll probably stop doing that here pretty soon, because what a cesspool of terrible ideas that website is. It's almost like I'm like ashamed to have an account on it and be like, if Twitter existed right now as is, and you would be like, oh, you should get on it, I just wouldn't. Same as I don't have a account on Truth Social, but I had one, and so I just kind of like put a thing in my bio saying like, just join our Discord here, just reach out to me for a link. But anyways, reach out to me on like Instagram or my email, bug@bughunterbug.com or bug@bughunter.band. Both of those will work. Or bug@jammechanics.com. I have a lot of email addresses. They all go to the same place, but just in case you prefer one or another. Anyways, thanks everybody for being here today. I will try to be back on Wednesday, but like I said, we're doing episode 8 of Jam Mechanics that day, so I don't know exactly what times those are going to be. So, yeah, I'll see if I see you Wednesday. If I don't, I'll see you in a couple weeks, because I'll be gone for about 10 days. So I'll try my best to get on Wednesday, but just because I know that I'm going to miss a couple, like another 3 streams in a row. So I appreciate y'all coming out today and hanging out and listening to my music and being very supportive of me. It means the world, and letting me do what I do, because it's my favorite thing in the world. So cool. And wherever you are in the world, whether it's bedtime or not, you're all goobers and you should go to bed.